Scala, the next part, and those who want to become a data engineers, or those who want to explore new technology, or those who are working in BA, they can also learn about Scala. It's a very powerful language for data engineers. So let me talk about this one. So if you know about any language, it's also good. If you don't know any language, then you know it's also good. So variable in Scala, I'm going to talk about introduction, and then talk about how to declare variables, and then I'm going to talk about choosing the right keywords, and then multiple variables. So you have multiple boxes, and each boxes, so this is the boxes, right? Yellow box, and this is manual logs, this is my laptop, and this is my friends, and this is identifier, right? And in this box I will put here manual logs, I will put logs, and my laptop box I will put here type. So but now you have so many boxes, you don't remember what each one, so you decide give the each box a unique label. This will help you to keep track, and each insert in the label is as an identifier, giving the box unique identifiers, right? So this is the unique identifier. In the same way, variable is a small box used in store the data. So any language is a small box and store the data. When we assign value to variable, we are basically putting something in the box. When you declare variable, you given the unique name identifier. Define the type of data it can store. Set is the initial value. While the most of programming languages have a similar way to declaring variables, right? So in the Scala, it's a call, keywords, variable name, data type, initial value. This is syntax. So this is syntax. Keyword is val, and this name you can do anything. Then this colon, and then type of data, and the variable. So in this above code, you are declaring variable my first class variables, and the integer type, and assigning value 5. So this is the one way, and the data type is here. So the second part we are going to talk about choosing the right keywords, right? So for this chapter, we are only going to concern about ourselves with the keyword val and variable. So there is two keyword variable. You can also declare val and var. Val is immutable, so it's when you define val, you cannot change the value. And var is immutable variable. They can also reassign throughout the lifetime, as long as, I mean, you can many times you reassign. Here you can. So val is immutable. Book string, this one, book authors and book names. So in this code, the first variable is book title, second is book author, and book fees. So all these variables are immutable variable because we mentioned val and var. So name is suggest var means var, val means val. So before moving immutable and mutable variable, let's learn how to Scala print the statement. So it's also very simple. Print is nothing, just another language like Java and Scala and Python also. So we can use here. You can also download IntelliJ and learn Scala. So here you can type print, and you can type this is my first Scala program. So it will print value. Hello world, hello world is print. There is no, this is my first. So printing method, there is a print, println, printf. Each print method following same basic syntax. Print method, text to be printed. As print is the simplest method displaying a Scala, just print the value. And the we run print line is use the new line. Printf use some formatting. Print ln number percentage print f. So f is use formatting text. You can use the f and of different text in the print. If you sounds a bit confused, you let's have example. Printing variable also, if you put integer 5, and then you can put also, right? It's very simple. So this is how Scala we do the printing. It's very simple. So we talk about mutable and immutable. There is a val, this is var. So declaring immutable is just val, and you can run. And yeah, hello world. So this is val, and then I'm putting same value to hello world 1, and then I'm printing. Let's see how it is printing. So it is val is immutable, so it is what the Scala is saying. Message already defined in val message, so you cannot redefine, right? That's how it will work. But if you define var, let's try with var. This is var, and then message equal to this one again. There is some var string we cannot define like again. Hello world 1 I have defined. Hello world 1 it won't. But if you put val, let's see how it is working. So what is saying? Error. Reassignment cannot happen for val, but var you can do. This is what we learn here. So again, var declaring variable is variables, and then we just now I told and where we are changing the value. It's very simple. So the idea is here to learn about variable. Let's talk about next part. So data type, right? So now this is important part. What we learn about variable, then we're printing mutable, variable, immutable. Let's talk about data types, and every language has a data types. Even database also have a database. So let's learn. Scala type hierarchy, value type and refer type, any and action using value type. So in a Scala, every value has a type and each type part of the type hierarchy. In the type hierarchy, the more generic type are the top, and as you lower the hierarchy type, go to specifics. So the top is top, and then if you go to the deep time, Scala hierarchy is typically look like this. So the hierarchy we have any, then any have call by value, call by reference. So any to any value, any reference, right? Super type and define the certain universal method equal hash code and toString. And now any value and any reference value have double sort, long, integer sort, byte, char, unit, boolean, and all belong to nothing. And null, list, all these things, list, literal, sequence, strings, other Scala classes, other Java classes, and null. So any has a two subclasses, any val, any ref. Any val represent the value type. There are the 9 value types. This any val. So value is here. This is list. List is called reference. Double sort, long, integer sort, byte, char, unit, colon. Any ref represent reference type. Any type that not value refer to a reference type, including type defined. Value type versus reference type. So this example we are going to learn. So to remain the scope of this course, you won't getting into the nitty-gritty difference between the value type and reference type. All you need to know that for value type, the information provided is the value itself. For reference type, information provided reference some object. That is memory address. So an object. To make clearer, let's look using the physical object. So you have the piece of paper. You want paper to hold some information such as your name. You write your piece of paper, and therefore value of paper, same information it is provided. This example value type. Now imagine you want paper hold your house, and that not physical possible. So you write address your house, and hence the value of paper reference required to information. This is example reference. So I mean, one is the direct value and another is like holding the address. The only the difference is you need to learn about that. So any in action. Let's look the example. So val any. So any is a data type, right? It can hold a string. Any action 5 integer. So let's print first and then we learn about topic. So what I did, variable any action any type, and then print a string, then any action 5 and we print 5, then any action char we print this one, and so it can have any value, right? Let's look the example, and it means it to be top type of hierarchy, and below the any action is which is type of any which assign any, so any means any using value type. Now actual value type is here float, double, integer. My variable, my float variable, my long variable, my integer, my sort, my byte, char. This so the print any of variable declare is the code about the simple using print plenty method learn. So this is the simple way. Now so what we learn again, recap: variables, printing in Scala, immutable and mutable, then the data type of any called by value, called by reference, and then any by actual value, any by reference, and then we learn. So now let's talk about declaring the variable. So print my variable. So this is just why I told. So the challenge is the problem statement. This is just exercise. Is simple. You can also try. What is saying? Input variable my variable. So variable we need to type, right? Let's type here. How to do? Val my type, and this should be integer. So integer equal to 100, and then we are going to print my variable. Let's try. So what is this? Is simple exercise which we need to learn about it, right? So my print. This is the how we did. It's very simple, and this is solution what we did, and no need to see the solution. We know the value well and integer. And so now we are going to talk about Scala typecasting. Double. So the integer can be long, can be float, and double. Integer can be sort, byte to sort, sort to integer, integer to long, long to float, float to mass. Reverse cannot be happen. So sometimes we find ourselves in a situation where you need to have value already existing variable in different data types, and you want to define. This is where typecasting come in, right? Typecasting is approach which allow changing data type from variable or expression from another. So one thing remember is that not every data type can be converted into data type choice. Let's look in the typecasting flow. So this is very important flow in Scala and any language, right? If you make the flow integer, you can convert it long, long to float, float to double, but reverse is not good. You will miss some data. So the arrow is above diagram is giving direction of conversion. For example, float can be converted into double, but double cannot be converted to float. The element of more and less remain the same, and the value is simply altered to represent a new data type. So what I'm saying, integer to you can convert float, float to integer to long, long to float, float to double. This is how they did. Old value, new value, long this, old, new. So long is this. When you change long to float, then it added something new, right? So long is here, long to float we can do. Similarly way, long, float, long. So it will be different, you see. First long to float, float, then new value. So long, okay, we define, then float we define, old value. So long to float is possible. Now new value, float to long is not possible, so it's saying. So the Scala is very, very typecasting, right? Now after passing run, you will see the error. Correct to integer, the code below is char and you cannot integer, right? Okay, so it will convert into ASCII. Character to integer, or this can go this direction. So this is the typecasting, the algorithm or method. challenge is very simple. If you want to do, or if you can skip, simple input is 14F and the simple output is 14F. All type has let's try this. Write your code given area where the try exercise yourself first and get. So all type is new type val all type hold what string, or this is float, equal to 45F. So write a code, a given area, try to exercise yourself. Old value is float. So what is saying? Old value already defined the variable all type. So all type has been declared for you. I think you can try the solution. So previous exercise, how we did old value and new value. This is the old value. We also need to use the new value and type. We cannot write like this way. New value, so we need to give val. Okay, new value equal to, and then we need to give long or something like that. You can try by yourself, and there is an error. What is saying new type long old type, the error mismatch, found float, required long. So here we should give float. So float to hierarchy, what we can convert, we can use that one. New type float. Type is already defined new type variable. I think we should stop this one. Yeah, so what is saying old value, it is almost same, expected 34, what I got, result nothing, so we need to print. Let's see the answer. We couldn't able to solve, but see the solution, how they did. So new value double equal to all value, so it's double. Old value float is 45 double, so we need to define double basically. This lecture we are going to talk about string literal, integer literal, floating point literal, character literal, boolean literal. So literal, how do we define? String literal, string hello world, string. So there is nothing. It's like where string literal is a combination of characters surrounded by double quote. Okay. Integer literal is like, so integer literal are the long, integer short byte. It comes with the two form, decimals and hexadecimals and 10 and all this, right? Integer, which is hexadecimal, name is hexadecimal, and this one integer, this one hex, long, this one. So this is, so certain number floating point decimal like this, and character like this. So literal are this new line tab and all those information is literal using the and. Type of interface. So type for keyword, variable name, data type, initial value. Keyword, variable name, initial value. Keyword. So these are things which is there. Yeah. So variable are used for strong data, storing data, or variable storing data, or what? Variable what the value? Variable store the variable. So this is way we learn about variables in Scala, printing the Scala immutable variable, immutable video data types, and challenging and typecasting and string literals and the type interface. So please like and subscribe my channel. Thank you for watching.